Normally, if you really you prepared for the season 2 months or 3 months before, so you have the every time training. You have a lot stamina, like a lot running, big movements, small-sided games, and friendly games. So this builds stamina also. So they are ready for the whole season, and they are not mabilis mapagod. So right now, it's just really they have no exposure in games. Mahirap sa youth player because they are training. And as a youth player, you want to show, right? Practice what you train. Now, because of the pandemic, wala yan. They cannot show that. Like sa atin before, when YFL is, you can show the skills or the training what you did in the week, in the weekend, on Sunday's game. You know what I mean? You can put it there. But now, they have no field to show. Down yung motivation nila. That's the point. They need to think about the long term, not only now the small. Because of the YFL, you have a short term, right, goals. Because you're training for the whole week to play on Sunday. But right now, for the pandemic, you have a longer term because we don't know when we can go back to the field and play again. So you need to be patient, and yeah, sometimes you will be frustrated and you have no motivation. But then you need to think about what do you want really for yourself. That's just the hard part for the kids this age. Because then they will say, oh, wala naman game ako, so maglalaro na lang ako ng gadget, ML or whatever they are playing right now. I can see it in my team. O3 is playing from till morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. This comes again discipline, attitude to put on work on training. If you don't put it on the table, then you are just a player. And players, we have a lot of players in the Philippines already. But we don't have that much yung finest who stand out of the a lot of players.
I used to have a small club team before. And as much as possible, I want everyone to play because everyone had to chip in for the registration fee. But there's always somebody you cannot put on the field.
But then this is the coach's mistake. Of course you have players who's strong and other players who's not strong. If you look to the whole, it's a team sport, right? So if you have a weak player and he's so far from let's say from the first 11, then you need to focus on the weak player because there are the players who can help you out later on in the game. And you need to give them this attitude. What I was telling you, that I want to show my coach I am better. I want that I am the first. What he think about in this position? Oh, this name, William. You know what I mean? This attitude they need to build. As a coach, this is really important. A lot here in the Philippines, I can see it. They have a good first 11, but in the bench players, wala na sila. So if one get injured or one is pagod na of first 11, ano mangyari? So the whole game will go down because one player is not connected to the other anymore. Hindi yan pwede. It's a team sport. So the players who's outside on the bench need to connect agad with the other team. And this is the job of the coach. Playing time, you say, yeah, some of them have no playing time that much like the others. That's normal in football, right? I want that all players play. But I cannot assure the parents or you will have the same time like the others, right? Players, if you are trying to have the flow in your game, right? As a coach, that just keep is rolling like that. So if you change, you stop the flow of the game, and the new player who's coming in need to adjust to the game and to the teammates, right?
Yes.
And adjusting take time. And that time, the other team can get their flow. That's the hard time. If the other team get the flow, mahirap. So you are just reacting as a team na lang. Yeah, that's why it's hard to play all players at the same time like that. But in the youth, like sa akin, the players who don't play that much, the next game I give them more playing time. If they show me in training, okay? There's also again the attitude because if you don't play and you give up, and I see that in training, then I say, I was right that I don't let him play, right? So they need to show that this attitude, what I told you, that I wanted the coach have in his mind is my name. When he think about a position, is my name. That's what I want from my players. Tama?